Get it out the way, or we just going to?
Yeah, we can go ahead and get it out that way.
Yeah,
What's up, y'all?
yeah.
What's going on?
What up? What up?
We are live and on the record. So we want to
Live,
we want to
live.
we want to pop this joint off about. I kind of got the sense K Man is a little bit happy with some of these coaching changes that's going around. There have been some people that should have gotten coaching jobs that didn't get a coaching job, and some people got a coaching job that shouldn't have got one. So how y'all want to start this one off, man?
Biggest fish of them all, man.
You Sean Payton?
Yep.
Yeah, K. Now look, as a Saints fan, the compensation we got from your Broncos, K man, it was commendable. I wish we would have got something better, but it's okay. It's not bad. It's not
This
bad. And
guy,
it's not
this
good.
guy, this guy, this guy.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Sir,
That's my whole
we
take
have
on it.
not
What you got?
3 straight years of no first round picks. It's not my fault. Y'all cap is atrocious. It's not my fault. It's not it. Not my fault.
Yeah, true.
But well, actually, the first domino was the big fish. Actually, is Jim Harbaugh. Him saying no made them pivot to what's the name? He was their number one choice.
Hmm.
Jim Harbaugh was their number one choice, but he said no
Okay.
because of the ties there. Payton interviewed with Panthers, but he kind of let the Panthers know no. So that's why they got Frank Wright. Now
Mm,
we can talk about that because
Jim Wilkes.
I don't I don't think they should have went with him, and he's going to have to heal a lot of men feelings. I mean, it's in your country, Brandon.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
we hit on it. We hit on it a little bit. Um, Maybe I don't think it was the last podcast, but a couple of podcasts ago when when Tepper hired Frank Reich. I made it clear that I didn't, he wasn't the right choice. I don't think to
Okay.
to lead that franchise. Given what Steve Wilkes had in place.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I don't think so either.
yeah, Steve Wilkes had that team playing hard, man. They were winning. He had the locker room. Now,
Yeah,
my question to you, B, David Tepper said that it wasn't about race; it was about getting the best person for the job. In my opinion, that was Wilkes. So, what are you guys' opinion?
that's BS. That's politically correct BS. Um, Everybody with football knowledge knows that Steve Wilkes was the guy to keep that job. He was the man for the job moving forward. Um, and I made it clear before. That's not to say Frank Reich is a bad coach. He's not. But you have to be in the right situation to succeed. Steve Wilkes, there was a culture that he had built in the short
Right.
time that he was interim head coach. He built a culture around that locker room, and the players instantly brought in Frank Reich. He, I mean, he just he's not the guy. He's not the guy. He's not the best choice for that franchise. And I mean, as far as it not being about race, yeah, way to come on out and say it, Tepper. It's not about race. So that's like
No.
that's like when somebody says to you, "Hey, no disrespect, but it's about to be disrespectful, right?" So he comes out
Yeah.
and says it's not about race, but it's about race.
Y'all remember? I mean, I know we're gonna get into movies later. Uh, y'all remember that scene in Boomerang when they're in the shop. They're in that the suit place,
Yeah.
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 and the guy came up to him, and then Eddie was walking out. He's like, they have a natural fear or something like that, and they go, "Oof." But here's the thing about it: it actually isn't racism. It's comfortability, and they feel more comfortable with Frank Wright versus Steve Wilkes. I would say in Steve Wilkes' defense, it may be a good thing. David Tepper might be a great entrepreneur and stock picker and all that other stuff, hedge fund manager. He's a terrible NFL owner. You gave a nobody after 1 or 2 seasons at Baylor, and you reset the coaching market.
Yeah.
Then
Who's
then
suing you, by the way?
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
you screw. Then you try to screw the state of South Carolina for a practice facility. You're trying to get the state of North Carolina to pay. You're worth $19 billion. You're trying to get the state of North Carolina to pay for a stadium, and now you do this. You are turning out to be a terrible owner. And so maybe it's a good thing that Steve Wilkes. But I will say, in his defense, in Steve Wilkes' defense, a team built of nothing with the quarterback play they had. He took over at 1-4.
1-4.
They finished
Respectable.
7-8-1. No, 7-9-1.
7-9-1. Yeah.
7-9-1. All right, cool. That's all I gotta say.
And look, K-Man, to your point, when you talk, when I first saw Tepper hire Reich, I think I mentioned it before. The only thing that popped in my head is that he's putting more emphasis around having a quarterback be the star of the team, to build a team around a quarterback. I'm thinking that's why he hired Frank Reich, because he thinks he may have Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. Maybe Reich can mold one of those guys into being a top 10 QB.
Yeah.
Well, Baker ain't there, and he ain't going back there. So,
Okay, yeah,
all
right.
he has to work with is Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold is not even the best quarterback on that team.
He's seeing ghost. The minute he said that, he was a bust. The minute he said that, he's a bust.
Well, hang on. Y'all just let me think about something. So, if he can't work with Sam Darnold, and the Panthers bring back everybody they had last year, they had one of the best rushing games in the league. Do you think Reich will lean on that running game if everyone comes back and everyone?
They trading that for a quarterback. They're trading that for a quarterback.
Yeah. Well,
The
to answer
Bears
your
don't
question,
need the Bears don't need a well. I think the Bears actually do need a quarterback, but that's just me. But that first round pick could be up for ransom, and he got the two. And if you want to win all, and if you think, now I don't think I like Bryce Young, but I think Caleb Williams is better.
yeah,
What you got, B?
yeah. To answer your question, now, yeah, I believe Frank Reich will lean on the running game. I mean, he did so in Indy, you know. But granted, he had. Why are we being spammed in the comments? But,
hey man, we got comments. Come on, let that person in.
yeah, okay.
They selling dick pills.
It might be. Yes. Yeah. Anyway,
Tokyo reach around.
yeah, they blocked now. All right,
Okay.
so
Sorry.
yeah, I don't need no I don't need no strikes against me downstairs. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's the new kid's name? The running back in Indy, Jonathan
Taylor.
John Taylor.
Yeah. When Frank has a horse, he's gonna use him.
Oh
And
yeah,
so,
for sure.
you know, the Panthers they've got a couple of them in Hubbard and Foreman, so they're gonna run the ball. That's the thing. But my thing is, does DJ Moore want to be there? And I don't believe he does. I don't believe he does. And
Maybe if Reich can mold one of the quarterbacks, B.
no, there is no look. The quarterbacks that they have are who they are.
It's a quarterback dependent position. I get my money because my quarterback's good. Devontae Adams got his money because he's getting passes from prime Aaron Rodgers. Then he goes to the Raiders and he don't look that good, mainly because of Josh McDaniels. Now, Derek Carr. Look, I say my things. How I feel about the Raiders, but I thought Derek Carr was solid. I always thought he was, as a human being, he was a good dude. But all I'll say, thank God for that idiot who owns the Raiders, because Josh McDaniels is going to be there for a while, and once we get a real good coach and a good team, that's just an ass kicking all the time.
Hold on. K-Man, you think you slick, man. I saw how you said that word money. You said money like you Jay.
No, I said it like I said it like two shows ago, like the $1 Million Man.
But
Money.
look,
Everyone
okay,
has
look.
a price.
All right, look. Let's talk about price. Let's
Even a
flip it
little kid
around.
dribbling basketball.
Hey, hold on. Let's flip it the other way now. Since y'all brought up money, your boy going to the Texans. Good move or bad move?
Who's going first?
I had to put you on the spot.
All right, cool. Mammy.
Why? Why?
Maybe.
I love chicken.
It's gonna be one of those shows, okay?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those shows.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I
But
should have known. I should have known when you said dick pills. So.
Like let's be for real. Yeah, you played from. Yeah, your wife's from there. Yeah. That organization stinks. But not only does it stink, it historically doesn't treat individuals who look like you well in any position. Be it player, be it front. Oh, look how they did Rick Smith. Look how they did Lovey. Look how they did Caldwell. Cully. Look how they did Uncle Curtis. And yet you took their money. Yeah, and you could have went to, as I said before, it's not about the Broncos. You could have went to Indy and negotiated, as I said, that Irsay has nothing to do with it. You deal with his daughters and you deal with Ballard. You could have negotiated to go to Arizona and then negotiated also that Kyler Murray's daddy stays out the way. You go there? He's gone. I'm calling it January 2025. He fired.
what you got, B?
We've all had those, well, maybe not we've all, but in a lot of circles of friends, you have the one friend who, has this one girl that really likes him. She's successful. She has her head on straight. She looks decent. Maybe not the best looking thing in the world, but she looks decent. But instead of choosing her, he marries the stripper. D'Amico Ryans just fell in love with the stripper.
Like the song? Like T-Pain?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the song.
Yeah.
He and not the lead girl.
No.
He fell in love with the girl that they put up at the end after everybody done spent all they wants.
Yes.
The one that got 3 kids and syphilis.
Yeah.
Man, y'all the worst, man. Y'all.
Yeah. This ain't one that's over that could qualify for the pink. All right. She ain't one of Chuck and Lisa finest. No.
Right.
No.
One of
what was that place on New York Avenue? That was a converted Wendy's. We all know that.
Skylark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come into the picnic basket, the picnic table. Yeah.
He married the one that only had one tassel and no dollar band. She had to pick up her ones with her hands and hold them.
The visual one tassel, maybe.
Hey, D'Amico Ryans, let me come to your defense, man. With these guys. Maybe D'Amico Ryans, you saw that the Texans had a decent defense,
man.
and you
One
can
tassel.
build a decent defense.
Oh, goddamn.
D'Amico Ryans. I'm with you, brother. Go ahead and make the Texans great. Prove these two guys wrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't be Mr. Get on the bus with this one. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Nah.
Oh, get on the bus. The black movie, Spike Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, he got on a bus all right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
Look,
when he goes in the back to make sure everything all right, it's gonna back right up over him.
I just hope everything's fully guaranteed. Um, because you're not gonna be there that long. You're not. You're not gonna be there that long.
ooh, boy. I don't know because we'll see. And I know we talked about this earlier or text about it. How come? Let me ask you: did anybody interview Leftwich or Bieniemy?
Not
No.
yet.
The enemy's never getting a job.
Yeah,
So
no.
the enemy's never gonna get a job.
Yeah, we
So
figured that out when all that came out. You
Yeah,
know,
he's never.
he had
he's
some
never
stuff come out that
Yeah,
he better be stuck to Andy Reid's hip because
yeah. But there's already reports that Andy Reid might call it a quits after this year. So and they'll probably promote what's the dude that was at the Bears?
I figured they promote Spagnola.
that's what I said. Spike
No,
Noah,
no, 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 no. They're gonna promote the guy that was at the Bears. I can't think of his name right now.
but head coach for the Bears.
He was the head coach of the Bears. They had one good season, and then he sucked. Fraud. I can't think of his name, but yeah, they're gonna promote him. But and on to but no. So speaking of Byron Leftwich, so Kellen Moore gets fired and gets a job the next day.
The next day,
Yeah.
The next day.
Yep.
and
Someone-
and, and K man, that goes back to what you said earlier, right, K man? What you call it, comfortableness, something like that. What you call
Yeah,
it?
yeah, they're comfortable. Yeah. Now maybe he hired him. Now this could be it because he won't usurp him. Byron Leftwich offered that Super Bowl run along with Todd Bowles. They took that old douchebag and made him look acceptable to the point that he fell off this year, and he lost his job because this man was just walking in the walls. All right, cool, fine. So Staley's not going to hire Byron Leftwich because he might, mess up, and then Byron Leftwich becomes the head coach. So that's just it reminds me of how that fraud Jay Gruden was when he didn't ever hire a really good defensive coordinator. And I had my friend Eric, so I was like, why he won't hire him? I was like, he won't hire him because he knows that sooner or later they're going to realize that that guy's better than him and get rid of him.
That was the worst thing that could have ever happened to Justin Herbert.
I know.
Because devious smile on your face. But
Nothing but the best.
during Kellen Moore's years as the Cowboys OC, during his 4 years as Cowboys OC, he came up with some of the most, thought-provoking and exciting, offensive plays. But one thing he never did do was actually coach Dak Prescott. Because Kellen's system has been in place during these 3 years of Mike McCarthy's tenure, Mike McCarthy has not been able to coach Dak Prescott.
But hold on. Haven't the Cowboys been in the top 10 every year of offensive, being like most offense per game?
Yeah, the last 2 years we've been top 5. But it's window dressing.
Yeah, he said the key word, coach. Their scheme
Yes.
has got him top 5. The coaching should help you win because you marry the scheme with the coaching. But there was not there.
Basically, Stephen Jones came out and said that Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore had philosophical differences. Basically meaning that Mike McCarthy couldn't stand the dude.
No.
Mike McCarthy could not stand the dude. And but it wasn't it had to come to a head, and things came to a head in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
I would, and I, I'm over the game or whatever. It is what it is. We lost on the next season, but we were a handful of better play calls away from going to Philadelphia. Situational plays. Okay, so think back. Okay, second quarter, Tony Pollard goes down. We're in their red zone. Tony Pollard goes down. He goes off. We back on the field. 2nd and 2. What does Kellen Moore do? He goes spread with Zeke outside of the tight end. 2nd and 2. What happens next? Dak hikes the ball, gets locked on the CeeDee Lamb, never takes his eyes off of him, throws the ball right to him, bounces, interception. To me, that was the most pivotal play in the ball game, and it came because of a lack of experience and pure stubbornness.
Just
I agree with that.
Good luck, Los Angeles.
yeah, Madden plays, and so and to circle back to Sean Payton, the reason why he was low on my list, even though everybody in Broncos country was like, I want him. It's like we don't have the picks. Because the 17 million means nothing to me. That's a drop in the bucket. That is 17 million is like for the Walmart family. That's like cutting 300 Walmart greeters. It's fine. But the yeah, I snuck that in there. I said 300. I mean 300,000 Walmart greeters. but it was just the picks. Now I will say this: that team was not coached, well coached. There was a dude over his head. Here's what I like about Sean Payton. He arrogant. And his arrogance is I'm better than you in every possible way. And when I'm saying that is I'm talking to every opposing coach. And that will filter down to him. Sean, you know this. This man is about matchups. What Brandon just said about Kellen Moore, you cannot be said about Sean Payton. He coaches you, but he also schemes you to death. He has scenarios for every little thing. Every little thing, because you can see one look, and then later on, it could get you a first down. Not even a touchdown, a first down. A critical third down conversion. So that part I am happy about. But, I mean, our cap number is fine, but we still have to protect the quarterback, run the ball. We don't even know if the quarterback's washed. I don't think he is. And this Fangio talk is alienating probably Evero. So I'm just like, what's going on?
And K-Man, to your point, I do remember Sean Payton saying that years ago, is that when he was with the Saints, they'll come out in the same formation 3 times, but each time the players will go a different direction and just screw the defense all up. Because if you see the set, you'll be like, okay, last time he went to the flat. This time he might take off and go somewhere else. And it's based on the matchups that they see on the field. If Drew Brees had that leeway to see the matchups and say, okay, I already know where I'm going.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about how many times in a game did your third or fourth wide receiver go off because that was the matchup, and you just fed on the matchup. Even though you were setting up things for Kamara or Michael Thomas or what's that big tight end that you said play with y'all?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham or something like it. Yeah, but everything was about the matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, look here. I got a segment for y'all. Then we're gonna go to the movies. All right. Since y'all say y'all know nothing about sports, got a trivia question for you. Thought about this morning. So look, here's the question: which active QB has thrown for at least 30 touchdowns and 10 or less interceptions? And here are your options: Russell
And
Wilson.
how many seasons?
No, this season right here. This season.
Okay.
The options are Russell Wilson, Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady.
30 touchdowns How many
and
interceptions?
less than 10 or less
10 or less.
this season.
Probably Tom Brady because he doesn't.
That's a trick question, sir. They all stink.
I mean, if I had to pick one, I would say Tom because he just doesn't turn the ball over like that. But
Aaron Rodgers didn't throw no touchdowns this year, so it's not him. Matt Ryan got benched a bunch of times, so he ain't throw nothing.
Yeah.
And Russell was like 16 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. So, what's the answer?
And Aaron Rodgers, man. I think he threw right at 10 picks. It was like he leveled over.
Yeah. You know what they say. If a tree falls in the forest, does it really make a sound?
All right, man. All right, so look, this is what everybody been this is what everybody been listening for.
Jim's.
Martin Lawrence and Will Smith announced that they're going to do Bad Boys 4. The debate sparked. Someone in this forum said Bad Boys 2 was terrible. One person said Bad Boys 2 was okay. That's how this all got started.
Like, here's the thing. So, like, here's the thing with Bad Boys 2. Now, is it a movie where it's not? Is it a movie where you're sitting down and you're looking at your movie collection, and out of a collection of, let's say, you got Friday, maybe Boomerang, Coming to America, Godfather 2,
3,
and then you see, and then you see, Bad Boys 2.
Did you say 3?
Yeah, he said 3.
We ain't friends no more.
But yeah, like Bad Boys 2 is not one that you're gonna pick over all those movies. But the value in Bad Boys 2 is that it has so many little funny parts that it more than makes up for the plot, in my opinion.
Yeah, the plot wasn't the best. I get that.
There are so many small little gems in that movie. I mean, it's full of them. Like, you got the boyfriend scene.
Classic.
You got Martin on X.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else. You got what was the other one? The rat scene in the house.
That's on the first one.
No, that's
the second one.
It's the second one.
On the second one? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, that's the second one.
The movie gave us
you're right,
Wusa. The movie gave us Wusa.
Let's see what else. What other parts was in that? What other funny parts was in that movie?
I'm gonna tell you.
Keep thinking.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, man. My part was the pool broke the first time, and the water came out. Then at the end, when the pool broke, what did Will Smith say? I got the receipt
I got the receipt.
for a pool. Like, dude, come on, man.
Sir, these ain't normal rats. What kind of rats are they? Big motherfucker. Did he say marsupials? Then he was like,
they explorers.
These drones.
They just looking for rep.
Oh man, but yeah, like it ain't the best movie, but I don't have the problem with it that Kennedy does. Kennedy, explain your problem with the movie.
So my problem with the movie. All right, so there's so many problems with this movie. So okay, here's one of my main issues with the movie. It was too long.
Okay,
it was 2.5 hours. They didn't need the 2.5 hours. They had, first of all, the car chase scene.
Yeah.
With the Haitians.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best car chase scenes ever. Ever. And yet we get 2 more car chase scenes that are not good. The one with Dan Marino and the one in Cuba. Why?
You don't like the one where they traveling through the village in the Hummers?
No, little shanty towns. No, this is redundant. Let's go to the. All right, so essentially you wanted to break them up, so you needed a reason to break them up. Oh, let's bring Marcus has a sister now. Okay, him and Gabrielle Union had no chemistry. So why am I supposed to care?
Now I will give you that. I will give you that. It was not one of Gabrielle Union's best performances.
Yeah.
She reminded me, and this is bad that I'm saying this, but she reminded me a lot of Beyonce.
Oof.
In this movie, with her acting or lack thereof. And this is the same girl that's a few years removed from Bring It On.
Yeah.
So it wasn't one of her best moments. But I don't know. It's just it's something about it. It's something about it that just the movie speaks to me.
I no. Also, let's the soundtrack. How many times am I going to hear? Oh, like who did the music for this thing? Who did it? Da, 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 da. That was, that was cool the first time I heard it. After the 100th time, I don't like it anymore. The villain, trash. That villain was Johnny Tapia. What? And he always looked coked out, but yet he never did coke. Like, what are we doing in this movie? What are we doing? And it had you're right, it had some good parts. I love the part where Martin yells at them because his sister's in Cuba, and then he goes in there and Will and hugging, and they give you the bad boys for life, and then the dudes come in, and they're just like, yeah, we're gonna do this.
Yep.
That was cool and that was dope. But it's just a lot of it did not work. It didn't work. And here's the main reason why. Y'all seen that meme? Do y'all watch The Boys on Amazon?
No.
Okay.
I didn't watch it.
You should watch it. But the dude, this dude plays like the opposite of Superman. And the meme is him going like, it was perfect. It was perfect. Bad Boys 1 was perfect.
That was a good joint. Yeah, I ain't like
it. Perfect. That movie was perfect.
Had some good lines in that joint too.
All time. Give me some Skittles and some bubble. Come on.
No, my joint was in Bad Boys 1. They're driving a car, and he's like, "This is limited edition." He said, "Yeah, limited edition."
If you don't sit your lanky ass down, bottom line, I will knock. Come on, perfect.
John Sally, right?
Yeah.
The whole thing about John Sally was the camera angle, right?
Yeah.
That joint panned up like that.
I want to meet the guy who whooped Shaft's ass. Come on, that movie. And they gave us this. It was too overdone. But I understand. 95. That was their first movies as movie star. Michael Bay's first movie.
Right.
And then the next one was done 8 years later.
Yeah.
You got see what y'all failing to realize, man, is that in Hollywood, most people are not going to pay attention to a plot line most of the time, even a storyline.
Yeah.
It's all about star power.
Yeah.
Right.
If you see your favorite star in this movie, they show you a trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go check this out.
And
you actually go there and see it. You come out like.
The beauty of those movies, all three of them, is the chemistry between those two.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the beauty of those two movies.
It was. I don't think that no one had that type of chemistry since Ice Cube and Chris Tucker in the original Friday, and then since then Arsenio and Eddie,
and then since then probably Richard Pryor and Gene Hackman.
Not
Gene Hackman. What was his name?
Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just there was just another level. They feed off of each other. You could tell a lot of the stuff wasn't in the script. They just improv. Right. Yeah.
Which is what made the Reggie scene so great.
Yes.
Because it was all improv.
Oh, absolutely.
It was all improv.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, but it's not all, there's some more movies. Like, as I said before, I don't think Avengers Endgame was that good.
Me neither.
It wasn't.
It was bloated. Another bloated movie.
Yeah.
Another bloated movie trying to get actors who can't act to feel make us supposed to feel sorry or make us feel sad. Y'all don't have the capability of doing that. You ruined Thor. Thor was the best thing, and you made him some kind of comedy thing, and he wasn't.
Right.
So
Yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you, man. For me, is the Star Wars joints.
which ones?
All 9 of them. Because
I haven't seen any of them. I don't.
oh, dude. Oh
I'm
man.
not
Well, I grew
I'm
up.
I'm not a Star Wars guy.
Hey,
I'm
I
just
told you.
not.
I
Sir.
told you. I had all the action figures. I use them as wrestling men, but
Who man's is this?
I came out. I started back in 1977. I'm dating myself again.
Here we
1977.
go. He's never
So,
failed.
Let me show you how old I am today.
so the Star Wars #4, and I asked my brother. I said, man, what happened to 1, 2, and 3? And then my brother told me, he said, there's going to be 4, 5, and 6. He said they're going to do 7, 8, 9, and stuff. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah. And damn it if he wasn't right. So and when they went back and did #1, 2, 3, so my son and I, me and Sean watched them all look back. We watched them all of them one time, man. But look, that's my joke.
He got Billy D's fro from Empire Strikes Back. Lando.
Wait a minute. I thought you were gonna say Colt 45. But
Well, these jive joints, she had to walk a big butt into mine. I really loved it, you know.
And look, I'm gonna tell you, another one of my favorite joints, man, was around Rocky stuff. But once they got past Rocky 3, I kind of like lost interest.
You ain't lying. And
Yeah.
But you know what? On some movie news, I feel sorry for Sylvester Stallone. You know, he don't own his characters. He wrote those characters. He made those characters. He don't own them.
You serious?
No, he doesn't own them. He didn't he thought everything was done after Rocky Balboa. Ryan Coogler went to the producer, Irwin somebody, who owns the character, and came up with the concept of Creed. He didn't want to do it, but he saw it, and so he's like, okay, cool. And then Creed 2, and Creed made so much money and got him an Oscar nomination. Right. He wanted to make it, but by then Ryan was a property of Disney. Yep. And so, so what happened was the Creed 2 was his last movie, and then it came out that they're going to do like an origin story for Ivan Drago, and then Sylvester went off, and then that's when he tells you the story that I don't own my characters, which is
I had no idea.
It's funny you say that, Kim, man, because I recall Eddie Murphy saying something about Beverly Hills Cop, saying that the script that they originally had wasn't good, but somehow Sylvester Stallone got the script and rewrote it to fit Eddie Murphy's character. And I was like, dang, he wrote. And at the time, I didn't know that. I didn't know Sylvester Stallone was like writing movies and doing screenplays and stuff.
You forget that he won an Oscar for producing Rocky, but he was also nominated for Best Actor. He was also nominated for Best Screenplay. So, I mean, he became a parody of himself later on, but that's a talent to do.
Yeah.
That's a talent to do.
South Park got a hold of the character.
Oh, man.
Sylvester says he wants Wing to sing at his son's wedding.
They've killed everybody.
For real, bro.
I still remember the shot they took at Steven Spielberg. It was so subtle. Because they said, and Steven Spielberg, director of Always in 1941, 2 of his worst movies. They didn't mention E.T. They didn't mention any of his movies, Schindler's List, none of that. Indiana Jones, I mean, nothing. They sell it in Always. And I'm just like, God, the worst.
No, but they would go on. To get him.
Oh my God. After the, oh my God.
Oh man. Those dudes.
Indiana, why they do Indiana like, oh my God. Oh. Those dudes are the worst.
And them,
Right. I just can't
and,
get it out of my head. I can't stop seeing it.
I'm gonna tell you, another one of my joints, man, is Caddyshack, old
yeah.
school,
Yeah.
Old school. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
old
And that's-
school, and what's
And that's my Bad Boys thing. Like if Bad Boys 2 were to come on, like middle of the movie, would you sit down and watch it?
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
if a certain scene come on, Bad Boys come on, and it's like when he meets Julie.
Yeah.
I gotta get some popcorn or something. You're like certain movies, just like that's what I mean. Like I don't understand why black people think this movie's so good. It's not. Like it's like Baby Boy. Baby Boy's not a good movie.
It's not.
It's
Jody,
not a good.
huh?
It's not a good movie.
I put
It really.
Baby Boy, Friday after next, all in the same week.
Well,
Yeah.
let me ask y'all this then. What do y'all think about the Mission Impossible series?
I stopped after 4.
What number they on now?
7.
Yeah.
They doing back to backs now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Mission Impossible 1 was good. I personally love 2.
Right.
I love 2. I thought that's because Tandy Newton. I thought she was great.
Right.
I can recite lines from that movie. 3, I didn't like that much. 4 with Paula Patton.
That's and see that's why I gave it another chance after 3. I was like, well, they got Paula Patton in 4. It's bound to rebound, right?
Yeah. No, but see, here's the thing about it. At the one after Paula Patton, that's really good. That is really good. And then the one they made with the Superman dude, like I already knew he was a villain, so it was just like it was all right.
Yeah. Yeah, that series could never hold a candle to the 007 series, the Bond series,
Yeah.
and not even the Bourne series either, because I love all of the Bourne movies.
Really?
Hey,
Yeah,
I didn't
love
like.
them all.
those
I didn't like the last one.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm an action junkie. Anything
That last
with
one.
stuff
That
blowing up
last
and
one. Like
shooting-
they were back for more cash.
Oh, when they cast what's his name?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, and what's his name? Is it Jeremy Renner? Who they
Oh
cast?
yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. But the first 3, oh dope.
Yeah.
I didn't honestly. I'm not a Matt Damon fan, and I swear, it's like what they said in 40-year version. They're like, I thought he was kind of a Sinatra, but
Yeah.
man,
Now, Matt's best movie was with Will Smith in The Legend of Bagger Vance.
oh, the Magical Negro movie that Spike Lee calls it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good movie though. It was a good movie.
Yeah, good person. Yeah.
I got another one for y'all. What y'all think about John Wick?
Love it. All 3.
Yeah, man.
All 3. Love it.
Oh, dude. I say I'm an action junkie.
See,
I love it.
I don't like 3.
Why not? What's wrong with 3?
I don't know. It just so to me.
What's wrong with Portobello?
Here's the problem with me. Here's my issue with movies is when you have an antagonist and a protagonist.
Yeah.
3 didn't have a good villain. Like one had a good villain. 2 had a great villain.
Yeah.
But that didn't have a real villain. You know, the woman worked. She worked for somebody.
Shout out to Common.
Yeah, man, your range is really good. Jesus Christ!
But nah, I like 3. 3.
I love that scene with the dogs. I love that
yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
And to me, I think after the scene with the dogs, it kind of went down. But that scene with the dog, and I also got to think. I have a thing about women in action movies.
Yeah.
And I think they're not directed properly. So when you see a man in a fight sequence, the woman, it seems slower. So
Right.
my whole thing is like, once you speed up the camera. But I loved Halle in it.
Yeah.
And it's gotten better. Like in Woman, I don't know if y'all saw Woman King. Loved that movie
I haven't yet.
because of the action scenes of the women. It's not like Scarlett Johansson where you're just like, is she about to jump double dutch? Because it's like she just waiting. It's like waiting. Like no, it was like it looked real.
Yeah.
Well, look. That being said, K man, the women in action movies, don't tell me you're not a fan of Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Oh, Uma,
Those are
Uma.
Love
those
it.
are
Love
two
it.
two of the best woman led action movies ever produced.
I, the, I'm not a Tarantino fan because he loves using the N word way too much.
Right.
But those two movies, God, they were great. From the action sequences to the acting to the only thing I feel sorry for is they didn't do Vivica right.
No, they didn't.
Well, yeah.
Because you got to explore everyone else. You got to explore everyone else's character, but you didn't get hers. So you really didn't know her because you jumped right into the action. And so I didn't like that. But everything else, great.
And shout out to Lucy Liu for putting on for Asian women.
Hey.
Man,
She was fire in that movie. Oh, that movie's great. And James Carradine was a great villain, but an understandable villain. But he was a great villain.
See, here's the thing, man. I'm about to date myself again. Dang it!
Here you go.
Look. Y'all don't remember the original Kung Fu show that came on TV? The original Kung Fu, and there've been comedians that have made jokes about this show.
Yes,
it's called Kung Fu, right? But there will be no Kung Fu until the last 5 minutes episode where he may chop somebody down. And that's it.
Yeah.
Why is that Kung Fu?
Originally it was supposed to be. The original he really wanted Warren Beatty to play Bill, and Warren Beatty turned it down. But I was like, he'd have been good. But yeah, I love that movie. Love those movies.
Yeah, that's one of my all time favorites. And I'm gonna tell you, there's another movie that you guys have probably never heard of and never seen. It's got Jason Statham in it. It's called Snatch.
I have it recorded. I have it on my TiVo.
Dude, you got to check that out.
Yes,
it's funny, but it got a little bit of action. It's funny as heck, man.
It's a Guy Ritchie movie.
I went out on Jason Statham after the Crank movie.
Yeah, I didn't.
I was done after that.
How did it? No. What's that movie? He just made a movie. Because it's a Guy Ritchie movie. It's a Warpath, Man of War, or something like that. I forgot what it's called. It's really good. It's really good.
Hey, look.
Oh no, Wrathman or something like. It's really good. And then the Gentleman.
Hold on. Speaking of Jason Statham, y'all can disagree with me or not. Don't y'all think he put Audi back on the map with the Transporter movies? Because he dogged the heck out that Audi A8.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, Audi can take all that?
Yeah. The Transporter,
Especially in two? Oh my God.
Yeah. Those were pretty dope movies. I'll give I'll give him that. Those were pretty dope. How about your boy Liam Neeson?
Oh, and Taken?
He's a parody of himself. Taken made too much money and has been downhill since.
I have a special set of skills.
It was been downhill.
I will kill you.
He's made Taken on a Plane. Like, come on, dude. What are you doing? Like, I know you got the bag off the first one, and now you just settling into that. It's like, come on. To the point that you come out and say that you would, when you found out your friend got raped by a black man, you were walking the streets looking for a black man or any black guy.
Oh my God!
Like any black guy, you're just looking for any black guy.
That's crazy.
Hey,
man.
Schindler, sit down. Sit down.
What y'all think about the National Treasure movies? Nicolas Cage.
I like the first one.
The first one was good.
Yeah, I like the first one.
Yeah,
I think the first one gave you a nice little history lesson and gave you action and everything. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is what y'all got to get into. I haven't watched the latest one yet called Knives Out.
Yeah, me neither. I have the Glass Onion. I haven't watched it yet.
You got to watch the first one.
No, I did. I love the first one.
You watched? Oh, the first one was awesome, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yo, this joint is crazy.
That's That movie is the reason why Daniel Craig said bye bye to the Bond movies, because he got tired after the second one, but they just give him so much money. But that one made so much money, and then Netflix paid him so much money. He told the Broccoli family deuces.
Yeah,
That joint, Knives Out joint. Oh my god.
I gotta put that one on my list.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And he put that girl. He put the girl in his last James Bond movie because he had real fun working with her.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
No, I ain't got anything.
Okay. Real quick. All-time favorite movie. Go, Sean.
Godfather.
Kennedy.
It's a tie between The Godfather and Coming to America.
Coming to America for me.
Yeah.
That's up there. Oh, but wait a minute. What about your boy Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor in that movie? Harlem.
Harlem Nights.
It's all right.
You
know what it is? It's Bad Boys. It has some scenes.
Right. It doesn't crack.
It has way more. It has way more scenes than Bad Boys, but yeah.
Well, look at the cast.
Yeah.
I mean, there was. I don't think there's been a funnier cast in the history of movie making.
But look,
so you're gonna shoot me in my pink guitar?
No. This my part.
No, y'all seen Life, right? Y'all seen Life, right?
Yeah.
So when he was fighting over the dude with the cornbread, when he said, "I know old B named Della hit harder than you," I just realized he was talking about Della Reese.
Della Reese. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
And look, that movie, tied with the Budweiser commercials, that kind of launched Layla Rashawn's career because she was Sunshine in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After that, everybody was like Sunshine. But hey, B, that scene with the 22, oh man, dude,
stop shooting that.
But look, here's the good part though. Here's the good part. They fired the machine guns, and once the machine gun stopped, all you heard was a.
For a long time, I thought that was Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince. I was like, that's Jeffrey?
Yo, man.
No, that movie had a lot of good moments. A lot of good moments in there.
He had Red Fox, Richard Pryor. Oh man.
I mean, Red and Richard alone, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
just go make him some hash. Where's the hash? In the cabinet. That's tuna fish. Then make him some tuna fish.
Look. How many guys have recited this line after the white guy slept with Sunshine? He grabbed the phone. Yeah, put your mom on the phone. Yeah, I'm never coming home again. I'm never coming home again.
Have a nice life. Click, and then he sits on the edge of the bed and goes like,
right. He's proud of himself.
Like he's proud of himself. He just told his wife and kid, "Hey, ain't never coming back."
Yo.
Oh man.
Who wrote that movie, man?
Eddie.
Yeah,
Eddie wrote it.
Eddie picked
oh man.
He wrote and directed it.
God, dog, boy. That's one of my joints there. Yeah, put your mom on the phone.
Yeah, Charlene. Yeah, I ain't coming back no more. Have a nice life. Click, and it was the old phone. He went click, and he just
look. I'm gonna tell you another movie that we can go. What was the joint with Wesley Snipes when they was hustling up in Harlem?
Hustling up in Harlem?
Yeah, and they were working for Ava Goda, the Italians, but they were black.
Oh, Sugar Hill.
And,
Sugar Hill.
Yes. And K-Man, I thought about you, K-Man. The guy was like, they were talking, and he said, "Man, what are you saying? He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to deal with cotton pickers." Huh?
No. He said, no Akata. Yeah, Akata. Yeah. If someone Nigerian, Igbo, call you Akata, fights. Fights.
That's because I didn't know what he was saying. I said, you call us like we slaves, cotton pickers?
Yeah. He doesn't want to work with Akata. What is Akata? Yeah, that movie. I love the scene when he comes into the boxing thing, Eddie Hudson's just like threatening him, and he's like, well, look at that guy behind you, and he's just seeing all the people around him.
Yeah.
Look. Another joint is American Gangster with Denzel, right? That's your Packer. You gotta block that. You gotta
block
that.
Mike, you gotta block that.
Block that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was another great one. That was another great Denzel performance.
Yeah, it was. It was, man.
That was another great one.
That was a real
I remember Irv Gotti saying that he wants to make a movie about Supreme, the drug dealer, and he goes,
Oh.
Who was Frank Lucas before that movie? And I'm just like, yeah, did you heard of him? Yeah, but everybody know Preem. I was like, that movie had Denzel Washington, Russell Crowe, and it was directed by Ridley Scott, sir, and produced.
Yeah.
Produced by what's his name? Opie.
Yeah.
Oh, Ron Howard.
Yeah, Ron Howard, his partner. Like, dude, that was a production.
I'm telling you, I got into The Godfather of Harlem before Whitaker, man. Oh man,
I heard it was good. I haven't started checking it out yet, but I heard it was good.
Yeah.
That joint good, man.
It's good. It's good. I don't like that they changed the. I don't like that they changed the Malcolm X this season.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't like that, but it's good. It's giving you a real good backstory because you've always heard about Frank Lucas. I mean, Bobby Johnson, but you never knew. I mean, of course. Speaking of movies, and we can leave on there, a Bumpy Johnson movie, Hoodlum.
Oh, that joint exists too, man. Well, that's another one of my favorites.
I was way too young to watch that movie when it came out, but I'm glad I did.
Boy, Cicely Tyson played that part, man.
Woo!
God, dog. Yeah, Queen Latifah in that joint.
Cut.
But she had a Jamaican accent.
Yeah, I know, right? I thought she supposed to be from. I thought she supposed to be Haitian in that joint or something like that.
I think Jamaican or Caribbean or Trinidadian.
I'm gonna throw one at y'all. This was, and as a child, bro, I had some of the most unique taste in movies growing up. Like I like funny stuff too, but this was one of my favorite movies growing up. Another You. Gene Wilder.
What's that?
Oh.
Another You. Gene Wilder. One of my favorite movies of all time.
What is it about?
I couldn't tell you because I haven't seen it in 30 years. But basically, it dealt with a guy. I think he faked his death.
Mm-hmm.
I think he faked his death. For it, I was probably 7 years old. I was probably 7 or 8 years old when I saw that movie. So I can't really remember the plot. Let me see.
Well, I see it's a movie with him and Richard Pryor.
Yeah, Richard was in it. Gosh, what was it?
I got one for you, B, when you're ready, man.
And I got one too.
Since you brought that up about faking death.
But we all in agreement that Tyler Perry movies suck, right? We all in agreement.
Oh yes, most
All right,
definitely.
here you go.
Most.
Well, okay. Let me phrase that. With the exception of Why'd I Get Married?
No, the what was it? Acrimony.
Acrimony was good.
That was I did enjoy that movie.
Yeah,
I did enjoy that one, but yeah.
And look, B. Since you talking about faking his death, I know y'all seen Double Jeopardy with Ashley Judd.
yes.
Can't say that I have.
Her husband faked his death to marry another woman, B, and raised their kid with another woman.
Yep. And
Wild stuff.
And it was like she killed him, but he I think Sean liked it because it was shot in New Orleans.
Oh, no wonder.
I don't know about all that, but I
It was in New Orleans. Yeah, it's a good
I
plot.
like the
It's a good
plot of
plot.
that joint. But,
No,
man.
my movie, Goonies.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
you like Sean, man. Sean,
yeah.
Every
I mean,
every
look,
time every time my wife tells me they're gonna remake Goonies, I'm like, I'm gonna go to jail because I'm going to shoot up the studio because it once again
it'll be like the
it
first one.
was it's perfect.
Yeah.
That's what
Perfect.
Sean. Me and Sean had
I
that conversation last year, man.
they showed that at a drive-in around here was it 2 years ago. It was during COVID. I think it was 2 years ago. They showed it at a drive-in, and I took my son to see it. One of the best movies he's ever seen,
Yes.
hands down. He'll watch.
Well, you know,
If it comes on TV, he'll sit down and watch it.
yeah. It was directed by a guy who did another movie that was great, Die Hard.
Yeah,
The first Die Hard was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, the
was
second one
good.
wasn't that good. Second one wasn't that good. Third one was good. But once again, what's the difference between the first one and the second and the third? The first and the third one had really good villains.
yeah.
You need that good villain. That's why the Rock movies stink. He ain't got no good villain.
Yeah.
I give you that.
I'm gonna state an unpopular opinion, and then we can hit it.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the Lethal Weapon series.
It all depends which one.
1 and 2 was good.
I didn't. You two, 3.
Ooh, no.
With
4.
Chris Rock?
Yeah,
You know they're making a 5, right?
I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, kid, man, aren't they making another Rush Hour?
Yes. Yeah. They ran out of ideas.
And look, here's the sad thing. It was Jet Li. I forgot which one. I don't know if it was Lethal. I think he was in Lethal Weapon
4.
when he was. Okay, nobody knew who Jet Li was, but guess
Nope.
who knew? I did. You know why? Because I'm going to date myself one last time. I
Jet Li ain't
watched
that old.
Dude. He been doing karate movies back in the day where it was chop, 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 and making all them sounds. He was in some of the Wu-Tang movies.
Wow. He was
That's another genre I like.
I like that movie. I ain't gonna lie. I like that movie with him and DMX.
With Aaliyah?
Oh,
Not with Aaliyah. Because oh yeah, that's right.
that
He was in
wasn't
two
Leah.
movies.
That wasn't.
It was
He was in
Aaliyah.
2 movies.
Yeah.
So he made 2 movies with DMX? Because the movie I'm thinking about had Anthony Anderson and Gabrielle Union.
Oh yeah. Okay. So there was Romeo Must Die, and then there was Cradle to the Grave.
Okay.
Right. Okay, you're right. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, Leah was in Romeo Must Die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's one of the days, man. On one of these things, I got there's a Wu-Tang channel, and look, man. One night, I came down here, man. I think around 9:00. Man, why it was a Friday night, of course. Why I was up to about 7 in the morning watching karate movies, reliving my childhood, man.
Hey, sometimes that's the best thing to do.
After wrestling would go off at 5. No, I'm sorry. It would come on before wrestling. It would come on around 2:30 on a Saturday and go off around about 4:30 or something like that. But oh man, I knew all them karate movies, man. The Flying Guillotine, they had one called Hypnotic Kung Fu. The 7 Deadly Venoms, man.
I heard of that one.
Snake style, crane style. Oh man, I knew all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
I should lose my look. I'll be at the park playing basketball or football, and I'm going to date myself. I had a Timex watch. I pull out my Timex and like, oh dang, it's almost 2:00. I got man, I'm out.
Did it light up blue?
Nah, this one just came on with a light and had the black digital numbers.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm saying. But was it blue? Like
Yeah,
was
it was
the background of it blue? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Gotcha.
yeah. They're going Timex. I don't think they make Timex anymore.
No.
Look, there was a Timex, and my uncle used to have one, right? But he had one to where that had the little metal elastic band.
Yeah.
And I put it on my arm, and the way that it pulled my hair,
Yes.
I know that. And he got stuck in the chain.
scarred me for life, bro. Scarred me for life. I'm like, how do you wear this? Why
Yeah.
Why do
Never
you wear
liked them
this?
joints, man.
Yeah.
I got another one for y'all. I don't know if y'all had one. Um, y'all remember the Texas Instrument, the calculator?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I still got mine.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
It's in, yeah, it's
They
in one of
still
these,
make them.
one of these drawers.
They do?
Yes.
Oh,
I still have mine.
People use it. You know, those things are good for calculations, not but just for normal. But like people doing physics and people
Yeah,
doing
it's complex
yeah.
stuff.
I use mine for trig when I
yeah.
tangent, cotangent, secant, cosecant.
Yeah. Had the little
And
case
look,
for it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
and look, here's another one I had back when I was like 8 or 9 years old. Right? It was it would help kids with their math. It was called the Little Professor,
Wow.
it was in the shape of an owl. Look speechless. I hear crickets.
Yeah, got me there.
Yeah, for real.
Well, look, do y'all remember Jiffy popcorn? You used to put it on the stove and
Oh,
you
yeah.
turn it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think they stopped making it because it's costing too many house fires.
Right. People would leave it on the stove.
Yeah, because
Oh,
when you start doing commercials and you make kids think everything's fun, well, we don't know what's right or wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, why is it not working? Hey, just put up a little. Oh, Lord Jesus. This isn't right.
oh man. God, dog.
All right, man.
Y'all got-
It's
All
been
right,
a
man.
good one. I gotta get ready and roll.
All right, man.
Hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all probably wondering why we didn't talk about the elephant in the room.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's
I
happening
don't know
next
what you're
Sunday.
talking about.
Yeah,
Sir, I don't know what you're talking about.
Because
it'll be the next podcast.
I don't know. No, it won't.
No, it will not.
we will
No.
not waste a podcast on that. I promise you.
Hey, does the lingerie bowl still come on? Or the dog bowl?
No.
Man,
Afraid not.
y'all see what I text y'all, right? TV on,
Yeah.
of course, it's on the Full Letter Network, what y'all call it. So I'm watching this Pro Bowl skill competition where they're throwing a water balloon 10 yards and you can't let it bust. You got to catch it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Who came up with this idea?
I'm ashamed that you said that to me.